I come from one of Singapore's leading geospatial firms, and I helped them start their drone and recently their robotics capabilities from ground up. And that was where I saw a problem. Robots are increasingly being deployed in inspection, security, mapping, which is our focus, and facility operations. But updating the robot it takes time. And then it's very engineering heavy, and it's very difficult to scale. Every robotic update needs to go through some kind of engineering support, and this, of course, will eat into the operations time, and the company will become non-compliant. So Anna is built as a 3D simulation software for robotics for non-technical operators. And what they do is they upload their standard operational procedures, updates to workflows, and simulate inside the 3D digital twin environment, and using natural language to refine it and deploy it into the field. So the time is crucial now because hardware prices are coming down, and this will lead to 2 times, 3 times robotic adoptions across different industries. Coupled with the lack of robotic talents, we see that the bottleneck is going to shift from hardware to operations. Oops. We are currently working with a government agency for a 2-phase grant pilot focused on hazardous shoreline mapping, with a letter of support already secured. Phase 2 is basically extending the current pilot shoreline deployment into a patent-pending amphibious terrain mapping system designed for continuous land and sea environments. We have also signed a MOU with MovieTech, which is a AI and robotics company servicing Fortune 500 companies, who will support in terms of real-world deployments and robotic workflow integrations. We are raising $800,000 to complete the pilot, scale the platform, and get our first commercial rollout towards the end of next year with our existing pilot. Thank you.
Thank you. Rajesh, please.
Just one comment on this slide. In general, try to avoid putting the valuation on the slide because valuation is made by the market.
Okay.
It also looks very out of market in general because you are selling 10% of around. It's not really how it works. So just avoid
Okay.
when you're going to see a real investor.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to project you much further down the road. And that's a question that hopefully you thought about. And that is, who do you think is going to buy this company?
Sorry?
Who do you think is going to buy this company?
Oh, okay, it's an interesting question. So this company borders on geospatial mapping and robotics. And spinning off this from this startup, we're essentially looking at how mapping can be done by geospatial companies and potentially other industries as well through non-technical means. One of our shareholders, YJP Surveyors, their role is basically about mapping, and they have got offers from other geospatial companies as well. And since I started the drone department, I'm seeing that the same thing is going to happen in the robotics department as well, to potentially save lives in terms of using robots to map and efficiency. So GIS companies, large companies, even potential departments of Google or Trimble and other geospatial companies might see interest in what we're doing. What we're doing currently is focused on mapping, but mapping cuts across safety, emergency, defense as well. So there are we are actually currently talking to a US listed company that has a lot of interest in defense industries. So through that, that could be a potential area that we can explore as well. Yeah.
How does the company plan to differentiate itself from other platforms like Nvidia, which might be free or what?
So what we're doing is trying to use natural language, translate it into eventually robotic intentions. Because natural language is probabilistic, engines are deterministic, it's a very difficult process. And currently we're using Unreal Engine 5. We're talking to them, potentially also building a plugin for them. I think one of the key differences is that once we have this natural language intent being translated properly into actual robotic actions, I think that is one area that is very difficult to replicate. Eventually, because we are letting it to be easily adopted by non-technical teams, we could create a marketplace for other people to create features and all that to add on to our software. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the Q&A. Now for the next team,